Hello and welcome to
the live stream.
yes the monthly Patreon Q&A for Panoptic II. I hope you're all good and well rested. And it's been a little bit of a shorter gap. Well, not actually. Given how the dates fall, it was not that much because we were like on the 20th of April or something.
I really don't remember the previous date. I remember that we was later than usual.
Yeah, but so anyhow, we're here. That's all that matters. And by now, if you've been watching these, you know the drill. But in case you join us for the first time, welcome. And as you will see, we have a bunch of things to discuss. As usual, we'll start with the Patreon situation and see how the support is evolving and how the situation is basically. Then we'll go over some development updates, which is like the real meat and potatoes of the...
Just potatoes.
Just potatoes for you, but just the the protein and potatoes of the stream, where we're gonna go over some of the latest development that we have and some pretty nice news. Then we'll go over some questions that we got from our community, or should I say from the ever enthusiastic Cody that sent us a few more questions.
I think Cody is a big part of the community.
Yes. So if you want to be like Cody and you want to send your questions, you can do it during the live stream if you're in the Discord, or you can just send them over for the next one, and then we'll have a lot more to answer. And then finally we'll see if there's any miscellaneous tidbits we have to add. But so without further ado, we'll go to the Patreon information and Patreon slides. So, there we go. Or actually, it's the Patreon slides that come to us, I guess, because they arrive. And so, as last time, what we did is take the data for this month and the previous month, so that basically there's like a rolling picture of what's going on. And here you can see, so that's the overall level of support, so how many free members and how many paid members we have on the Patreon. We've reached 99 total, which is pretty significant, like
almost 100.
Yeah, so who's going to be the 100th people? Maybe you watching this on YouTube later.
Wow.
But I'm doing a hard sale here. But okay. We're happy to see that trend continue up, because the more people know about Panoptic II, the better, of course. If the lower curve also continue going up, we're also happy. So if you do know somebody who would like to support a scrappy little indie studio making a hopefully cool VR game, you know where to send them. Spoiler, it's the URL down below. I'm very much a salesman today.
Yeah, wow.
But so that's the overall situation here, and in terms of number, as you can see, it's a little bit lower than last month, because there's been a bit of reshuffling. It always depends on exactly when we check the data, because sometimes there's some stuff that carries over, like from month to month. It's not always like up to date to the minute. But you have an idea, so we're holding relatively steady between, like, it's 220 something now, and it went up to 260, but it's holding steady at that trend. So thanks a lot to everybody who contributes. That really does mean a lot, and it's going to mean concretely something, because it's we're going to reach a point where we're going to have to hire some like 3D artists to help with some assets, and definitely that's part of how we're going to be able
probably the money that will serve for that, because Yeah, we will. It's make totally sense to do that.
Yeah, so there you go. It's the direct effect of your contribution to the project. So thanks again, everybody. And I think that's it for Patreon.
Yes.
That's a good idea. A good overview. It's fine. It's fine. And
Dr. Pepper maybe.
yeah, it's too strong for me. And so what we're gonna do now is go over some development updates. So first, I'm changing the segment that I forgot to change, and we're gonna talk about development. So basically, what we're gonna cover, we actually covered it in some Patreon posts because you might have seen that we've changed the way we do devlog. So nowadays we try to do like one post a week and try to give you a briefer overview here.
One post a week, give the doctor away.
Yeah, one post a week. Yeah, but okay, we'll
give the doctor away.
We'll at least that makes then this like a review in a little bit more detail for people who have read those posts. And if you haven't, because you're not on the Patreon yet, then you get a scoop here. I guess that's the.
And if you like that and you want a devlog, you can contribute to the Patreon. I think the first tiers,
yeah. Everybody, every paid member get access to all the devlogs.
Not so much for the devlog.
Yes. So there you go.
I'm also a seller.
yes, it's.
I'm always a seller.
But yeah. So what did we do actually? So the first thing that's one of the, it's not the first thing chronologically, but one of the things we worked on is actually sort of the return of a feature that we had in Panoptic 1.
Oh yeah.
Which is, as you can see on the looping GIF that's on the screen, when you fall as a challenger from a certain height, then you're gonna be stunned for a little bit.
Yeah, it's you have two landing possibilities. If you have the soft landing and you have the no real landing, soft landing and hard landing. Soft landing is just I don't know, it's like 1 second stun, and soft landing it go to
hard landing.
Hard landing is go to I think 4 seconds, but it's something that it's go to all the animation. If we do the longer animation, it will be longer, and if we do shorter animation, it will be short. But then yes, it's really nice, and it's not really. I don't think we had in Panoptic the both landing, but no different animation.
Yes, we
did.
We
did.
Yeah. It was two different animations.
You check?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I think that I did the different way this time. But
at least when you fall, you have a different animation, right? Like.
Yeah. That was my point.
Yeah.
When you fall. Wait, yeah, and this time when you fall, you have an animation, and it was not the case in Panoptic 1. And also this time it's a proportion of the jump. Then we want that. Then like that, if we update the jump, the landing and the soft landing and the hard landing will be updated in the same time. Maybe. Yeah.
No. That's it. And so here it was like the idea of letting the overseer and other players see basically when you're falling that you're gonna be stunned when you hit the ground. It's also like a good thing, because if you're another player and for example you have your I was gonna say colleague, I guess, you're another challenger, and you see them fall, and then you see them like start like assuming that position before they fall on the ground, you can like rush to them and maybe grab the special mask that they would have, and you can anticipate that it's gonna be a harder landing and that they're gonna be stunned for a little bit.
I need to test that.
I mean, you can reach them. I don't say anything about like be able to grab it while they're stunned, but at least you can.
At least we need to add that in the test plan.
Yes, it's live development with chip pad test. But so that's an important factor, and it's also a feature that came with some feedback for the player, right? Because you while you're getting stunned, we don't right now at least move your camera really around because that can be a bit nauseating. But while your character is doing an animation, you do see something as a player, right?
You have a letterbox like in the Panoptic one. We did the same because it was working well. And yeah, for now we don't want to try anything else because we want to implement it. We wanted to implement this feature, and we are not really happy with the letterbox. Just the letterbox. We need to test, but at least you have a feedback.
Yeah, and the idea is that what's also cool is that this we can reuse then that same feedback for other places where we stop the controls.
It's already the case, and we use that also for another feature.
Yeah, so there you go. So that's something that happened, and then something else that we included is a brand new feature for Panoptic II, and it's related to the heist mechanic that we have. So if you remember, in Panoptic I you had to destroy like an energy orb from the Overseer, but this time you have to steal a special mask and like escape with it in some way. And so what can happen is that you're wearing that special mask, or you give it to somebody else, and that person gets shot by the Overseer. Like the Overseer like zaps them with the laser, disintegrates. What happens to the special mask? We cannot make it disappear, right?
No, the special mask fall on the ground, and after some time another being come and take the mask and go pull and go back to the pedestal to put it back on the pedestal. But it's the first time that we have a being that's not walk but run.
Yeah. So and that was like a crucial game design idea, that we wanted to introduce an element of like more panic or more rush, or like a heightened intensity where you'll be like, if you don't do anything, the NPC will run all the way back to the start of the well, not the start of the level, but all the way to the starting place of the special mask, put it back and be like, job well done, I can now start walking around like the other ones. But so that means that you lose all the progress that you have. But while they're trying to get to that mask, that means there's somebody running towards the mask. And you can also start running and have the Overseer be confused of, should I let the person running grab the mask and continue? Should I kill them? But if I kill them and I killed the what we call the runner, the NPC that wants to grab the mask and go with it back to the mask pedestal, then you're basically helping the challengers, right? But if a challenger maybe waits until he zaps the runner and then you grab and take the mask and use that, that's
and if you are not really focused, you don't see the runner take the mask. You think that the one that run with the mask is the challenger, that you zap the runner. The runner looks like every for now we didn't change the model of the yeah, because again that's an idea of really letting you like run wild for a little bit, and that's it. So here this was a early in development screenshot, and that's right, here they stop running, but no, they will run to the end, so they will just go there, grab it, and then continue. In this screenshot you also see really a light, a sphere on the above the head of the runner. It was just for me knowing who is the runner and who is not the runner. Then on the release he will not have the sphere on above the head. What's a way to debug easily?
Yeah, just like a big mark on the NPC. Let me see if I can do this correctly, because while we're speaking of the mask, oh no, I forgot my mouse. Wait a minute. that was in a minute. I just want to show you something else that happened with the mask. So let me just switch there, and here glimpse behind the scene. You can get a glimpse of the one of these devlogs that we saw, because there was anyway technical issues with the export of these videos. But I wanted to we wanted to increase the basically help the challengers, because in the first alpha snapshot that we did, when you put on the mask, it was like the special mask, it was like glowing with like a light on it, and so it was
siren,
spotlight, like the cursor was like automatically turning towards it. No, but it was very visible, and so we knew we had the vision for a while now, that we wanted to make it harder to see at the beginning, but the more you wear the mask, the more it will like take your energy and starts like glowing, because it's accumulating some power. And so we implemented the first version of this this feature, and you can see here. I'm going to show it in the other way. So this is your humble challenger. This is a special mask here, and when you are going to put on the mask, you see it's going to start glowing. So right now it's probably still a little fast because it very quickly becomes visible, because it becomes like an emissive material. But you can see like it slowly starts to glow, and over the course of 20-25 seconds it will really become visible. So the idea is that you can go around and maybe put it on an NPC, which is risky because you don't control the movement, and maybe they're going to go back and then you have to follow them and grab them and be obvious that way, or give it to another challenger so that they can continue.
Another challenger. If you have another challenger.
Exactly, and so and basically find a way to offset the very visible effect of you have the mask and you're super visible. And
Ferian says take this bomb, because it's put the big target on your head, please.
It has occurred to us that maybe there's like some game mode in there where you like the mask like would like continue becoming more dangerous, and then you would like try to give it to somebody else. But that's to be determined if we have time to do this. And so here you can see like the other side of the coin, because we also wanted to communicate to the players that they were more and more in danger, and so here you can see the perspective of the challenger, and when you put on the special mask you have this icon that appears, and before it was just a big glowy effect on the sides. Now this effect is gonna creep in from the sides, and also you will see the little like the crystal in the middle of the mask icon will start like glowing at the same time as the mask itself glows. And so once you see that like yellowish tint on the side, you know you're fairly visible. And again, you can also like see with the gem on the mask how far along you are. So it basically is sort of a simple timer you can use to know when it's time to give that hot potato away. We told you that the dev updates was the potatoes of the episode.
Yeah.
So that's it. So that's what we have here. Let me check here. Perfect. Let's continue this. So we talked about the runner. We talked about the special mask. We talked about the falling. Something we shared also with the patrons is that there was some work done on the second map. So that work has not progressed that much because we've been focused on a bunch of code stuff, which is incoming soon. But basically, there was a big push to make the look of the second map like really improve it. You've already seen a bunch of what Thibaut, our intern, and Lucael did for like machineries and set dressing, but now it's reaching a point where it's almost complete, and as you can see, like it's really refined now. We have a lot of interesting tidbits and looks. You can see some new types of stairs. One of the ideas that we have for the looks of the maps is have different, not, well, we can say like biomes or just environments. Let's say some more industrial stuff, some more stone carved levels, and so we can make like different sets of assets. We had some sort of that in Panoptic 1. We had the like what we call the new architecture, which was the very angular, like overseer led architecture, and we had the old stuff, which was like the forgotten, abandoned like native structures from the beings. Now we want to push this a bit further and also make different zones of the environment like look and feel different. So that's also going to happen. So yes, that's it for graphical updates. Now the most interesting picture of them all. No, that's not true. But it's this is
wow.
Yeah, the text is probably a little bit small to read, but it's just to have a visual support to explain to you that a bunch of the last couple of sprints, so the last couple of development periods for us have been spent really reworking the general structure of the code, and basically just making sure everything was like solid as a base to build upon. You will see, and we'll reach that point in the next picture, that you're going to see some changes, some visible changes. For example, now when you start a game, you will see connecting to server screen, and that's something that's been separated from some other parts of the UI. And also, big innovation: when you finish a game, you can
restart a game.
Yeah, start again. Yeah. There's still some
I think we
small
have
bugs,
future.
But it is going to be a big thing, I think, in the next few years. Games will let you play several rounds in one go. But honestly, it's like, it doesn't seem like much, but it was a lot of making sure like things were correctly like initialized and unloaded when they needed to, and there's still some rough edges, so we're still like polishing this up, but we really completely like reworked the whole thing. Well, no, not completely reworked. We refined what was already there. And now
refined a lot.
Yeah, it was, but like it's not a very visible thing. It's not like a super flashy.
Or you say there is no business value.
Yes, exactly.
It's the word of corporation. People say.
No, but that's.
There is another thing that we did. Probably you forgot to mention. We fight against. Memory leak.
Memory leak. Yeah. So that's true. We
that's something that we can talk about here. Not really interesting, but every time we experiment memory leak at some point. I remember for Panoptic it was, for Silhouette we had, for Sky Stranded just before Gamescom. And and this time it was we was testing the build, and at some point one of the player was crashing, and it was always the challenger. And to know what was the problem was super interesting, because at some point it was really random, and we discovered that it was only if we had challenger being on the level, but it was not regular. And then at some point I discovered that if I was looking on the wall, the memory leak doesn't appear. And then we discovered that it was about the skin renderer for the version that we was using in Unity. We just changed the version for a new UR version. And it was okay.
It was gone.
But it was like each time that when you have a memory leak, it's always the same. You don't have a debugger to know how to find the memory leak. Then it's like a big enquête, big investigation,
yeah.
and but without have a lens.
Yeah, and, and just to give a quick definition, if anybody doesn't know the terms, a memory leak is basically when the game starts using some memory and just does not let go of it. So normally you say like, oh, I need to load the level, I grab some memory, and then after I'm done with the level, I just unload everything and the memory is empty again. Memory leak is just like something is requesting more and more and more memory, and you can see your like memory usage just go up. And that's it. So this is why it's a bit hard to investigate, because it's like really deep in the systems. And then the skinned renderer that Thomas was talking about is that basically when you have a model that moves, it's like skin put on bones, basically. When you animate something, it deforms the mesh, and so the texture and everything that goes along with it. And so yeah, it was apparently like if you had a bunch of those in the field of view, only in non-VR and only in build, because we also tried to do it in Unity itself, and no issue. It was just during the build. So there was a lot. But yeah, we found a solution, and now it was gone. But yeah, it's always a bit.
It's always a Friday.
Yes.
It's always when you want, of course, when you want to do a build because it was on the build. Yeah, super nice. Yeah.
So there you go. But hopefully now that should be fixed. And that brings us to the next picture, which will cut off our bodies and just leave our heads. This is a snapshot that we share often with the devlogs that we do. And this is the current progress towards the next snapshot. And as you might have seen and read in the previous devlog, the second snapshot is technically done. So every feature that we wanted to have in there has been completed. We've now moved on to testing. So where we were hoping to release it right just before the live stream, but that was not to be.
Tempus fugit.
Exactly, and so hopefully we'll do some more Q&A. I think after this stream now.
Yeah.
And fingers crossed that we can release today today for people watching in Discord.
But then today for people also in YouTube.
Yeah, go check if you don't have access yet. But so yeah, we should release the second alpha snapshot, so version 0.2.
Yeah. As soon as possible.
Yeah, and what that will contain is so we worked on a bunch of things.
The runner.
Yeah, the runner NPC is going to be in there. The special mask feedback is going to be in there.
The new state machine.
Yeah, the new game flow and everything is in there.
No memory leak.
There's no memory leak in there. Hopefully, please don't find a new one.
If you find a new one, tell us.
Yes. The new landing and falling things from the Challenger is going to be in there. There's I was thinking about something else. No, I think that's it. But so all of those are in there, and so a bunch of little bugs have been fixed. So for now, we've removed some UI controls that were not being honored by the game. So for example, you could launch a game and say, "Oh, I want maximum 2 players," and actually that you could still connect to the room, so we still have to investigate why that doesn't work. So there's a bunch of simplifications in the
That's a big
interface.
A big tips about development. If you have something that doesn't work, hide it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the truth of everything.
It's a big, it's a pro tips.
And so, let me see, can I?
No.
I can't.
I
want to go to see the rest of the vision.
No. I don't know why.
Can I do? No, that's not what I want to do. Wait, I'm lost. Can I do? I want to see the. Sorry, I'm moving everything. Okay.
Okay.
And so
you break my
I break the beautiful layout of Thomas. It's fine. I'll put it back. I'll put it back after.
I will leave.
And so, if you're following along, you might see that some tasks like appeared, and some tasks moved to the third snapshot. So we're now busy working on the third iteration already, and so the laser we wanted to overhaul the overseer's laser. So basically, make it a bit more comfortable to use. Increase the feedback when you shoot, and especially make it like thinner when you try to aim. That's not yet in there because with the reworking of the game flow was taking more time than we wanted. But so that's gonna be coming up. There's still some tweaks to the Challenger controller that is gonna be coming. Stuff like when you're interacting with something, you're gonna be turned towards the interaction source, and also there's gonna be some feedback of you can interact with this. For now, it's still basically hidden information. You have to know that you can click or press E to interact, but now there should be a prompt. We're still finishing up the game flow thing, so basically now we want to make you able to exit a room that you've joined and start a new one, and make every combination work. There's also stuff where when you play and you go back to the what you call the staging screen, so the screen where you're waiting on other players and everybody has to mark that they're ready to play. Right now you don't see the player avatars anymore when you go back a second time. Everything works, but just you don't see the people, so we need to fix that. Like there's a bunch of things like this which you still want to fix. And same thing like the NPCs, we wanted also like to make them like pause their actions when they're interacting with something, or turn towards you if you were interacting with them, and things like that. So it's basically polishing a bit that central game feel, and of course like fixing bugs. There's a few bugs that we know of that we need to iron out, and once that is done, then there's things like the second map that we can start looking towards.
Not
the third one, for the next one. Yeah, that's the reason. I'm not bringing a new task on you. But
on me, on the third
on the third snapshot, but
we want everything working well on the first level before going back to the second level, because a lot of feature will be used on that we use on the first level will be used on the second level.
Exactly. And there's gonna be there's a definite it's putting the second map is a fairly big undertaking, because there is a different gameplay gimmick to it. Like there's some timing mechanism that we need to make sure that they are working properly, and also it's going to introduce actually like a totally new map selection mechanic that just map selection mechanism, I guess, that we don't have yet. So that it's going to be a whole like a bit of work by itself. But again, like, which then means that further levels would be easier to add because we would have the infrastructure in place to do that. So that's it. I think that's most of the dev updates that we that's all of the dev updates that we had to do, right?
Yes.
Right. Substantial already.
Yeah.
So there you go. As usual, if anything is unclear, or if you have like follow-up questions, feel free to ask us, to reach us to us on Discord, and we'll go over. We can go over them and hopefully.
And if you are Patreon and you use the build, feel free to first. You can submit your ID about the game. It's you have a channel for that, and there is a special command on the channel to send directly on our on Codex the task management that we use. Same for the bug. Okay, you have a special command, and you can just send the bug that you found, and be sure that we will look at it.
Yeah. So there you go. Now we're gonna make things work again by doing this, and we're gonna go to the Q&A section of the of the live stream, in which we're gonna address the questions that we received. So again, thanks again for the questions there. And the first one was how many languages we were planning on supporting, which is a very interesting question. And for that, well, the first the minimum amount of language that we're going to support is 2. Is French.
Because we speak French.
And English.
Because we
also speak English.
Yeah. You more than me. But yes.
we can at least we can take care of that.
Of course. And probably Dutch.
Yeah. So that's this. Basically, those 2 guaranteed. Next, there's a group of languages, starting with, as Thomas was saying, Dutch, because it's the third, the second language of. It's one of the language. We have 3 official languages in Belgium: French, Dutch, and German. Yeah. So Dutch is important for us to include. We've done it for every game that the both game we released, and
no.
Silhouette is
no.
No?
We asked to the editor, but they didn't.
Yet?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Almost.
Okay, I think we added it at the end, but okay, anyway, it's fine.
We did that for Panoptic.
Yeah, Panoptic, at least we did it, and so we...
Especially because the Flemish, the VAF give... What?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, because the VAF... the VAF is one of the government, the Flemish government give us money, and then it was really unpolite to not put the Dutch in the in the game. And so that's definitely definitely happening as well. And then we hope to have external help to do stuff like Spanish, Italian, German, and simplified Chinese, Japanese, or Korean, the main languages that games are usually translated in, and maybe even more, but where it's going to depend on budgets, because each language just costs more to add. So if you have a publisher or something. I don't know. I will say something stupid, but if a Brazilian editor asks us to
Portuguese.
For Portuguese we will say yes, of course, if you provide help.
Yeah. So, and there's also another option that we've talked about is maybe crowdsource some of the translations. We're not promising that. There would be a good way to cater to also lower player count languages, because we have, as a studio, we have to prioritize the bigger ones first, but it also would be cool to support more niche languages, but that's, if we do that, then we need to still have some sort of moderation, make sure that the translations are correct, so it's a bit more logistically complicated, but yeah, it's
also if the translation are correspond our ethic.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of things. Yeah, and we as we've said before, we definitely won't be doing AI translation for 1,000 languages. That's not the goal. We want to make human.
Yeah, and if possible, have some native to check.
Yeah.
The languages. It's not always possible, but bigger is the community, bigger it will be possible.
Yeah. So, another question that we had is, have you considered having the challenger have body parts that could be shot off by the laser, and then the challenger continues the level crippled or with a disability? Maybe you shoot a leg instead of the main body, so only the left leg disintegrates. And frankly, we have not.
For multiple reasons.
Multiple reasons, yeah.
It's fun because yesterday I played Quake, the really old game, and that's something that you can do to the. You cannot. Sometimes you can just aim a body part, and it's nice but a little bit gore.
Yeah, and even though we had some quite grim imagery in Panoptic 1. Shout out to the Panopticon level in that regard. We think that the one laser shot, one disintegration sort of like works well because it's fairly clean and clear for the players. Like you hit the challenger, they get zapped, or being and they get zapped, and that works. It's also like selling the fact that the laser of the Overseer is like so powerful. If it just like disintegrates your arm or something, like it's like very precise laser. And speaking of precision, it would require the Overseer to be like very precise, because if maybe you have to aim for the body or the head to destroy a being, but otherwise you just eat another body part, that's like that would be kind of hard to like make feel really good, especially networked. If it was local only, you could maybe pull that off, but with the latency of networking, it would be like too hard to you think you hit the body, but with the little bit of latency, actually you just hit the arm. It could get frustrating quite quickly. So we're erring on the side of just making you hit a being, they get destroyed. Also, would not be very fun to be a challenger, lose both your legs or arms, and like not being able to carry the special mask, or just able to like hobble very slowly. So it's it's not it's not really on the docket. But we have already like considered giving the Overseer other things to shoot in the level. So that's one of the things we're exploring, rather than making the shot itself like more involved in terms of like aiming. There could be machinery in the level you could activate by shooting, or maybe you can temporarily close the door by like overloading the power, or like there's
rebuild an orb.
Yeah, rebuild an orb, maybe like you can reinfuse an orb with your energy. Like there's a whole lot of things we could think of that would make the shooting more fun. And also, if you're shooting like static things, there's some amount of play we can do with like you have to aim like really well to do something. That can work more than shooting a part of a moving target, I guess. And we also had, have you considered giving the challenger opportunities to weaken the Overseer? For example, an energy source that slows the firing charge speed of the laser. And we have discussed a lot of interaction possible between the Overseer and the challenger, but they go from power-ups that you could get as one or the others, traps you could set as the Overseer, decoys you could have as the challenger, as we said before, interactive elements in the level, maybe special abilities that the challenger would get depending on the mask they're wearing. So there's a whole bunch of ideas like floating around, and some of them could be, you can maybe hamper the Overseer in some ways, but we're aiming for some sort of balance in the game, so we have to make sure that the basic gameplay loop works first, like well, and then think about like how those changes would impact each
time that you give a power to one side, you need to give something to counterbalance in the other side.
Yeah.
For example, if you make you provide a possibility to make a double shot with the Overseer, we need to provide something like protect the challenger, and then it's always a way think about doing something really balanced, because we don't want that the Overseer is super powerful and then the challenger lose every time.
So that's the thing. Like we want, it's a balance between like having like the Overseer needs to feel powerful, but should lose half the time. But it's an easy
and the same. The challenger feel weaker but win half the time.
Also, and so definitely like there's one thing we wanted to do with Panoptic II, which we haven't quite gotten to yet, because again focusing on the main systems first, but is to maybe try to measure like the win rate. Like once the game is a bit more widely available, have some sort of analytics that we could see to see like how many how many times on each map does the overseer win or the challenger win,
And where
the challenger is dying and things
so
like
on.
this. So it would be like it's a delicate dance between tweaking the level design to make it balance, but also offering you abilities that you can use to maybe gloss over some of the more difficult areas in some levels. And so so definitely it's in there. I don't know. We cannot say like in any specific one would make it into the game because they would have to be playtested. We would have to check first if they're fun because that's the main thing. And we need to make it fun for players on one side without making it unfun for the player on the other side. Same thing as with the shooting the legs of the challenger, for example.
Yeah.
It's not fun to be left walking like super slowly. So same as the overseer, if you can stop the laser or make it charge really slow, it should not feel too frustrating for the overseer, because otherwise like the fun will be off balance. So there we go. So those were the main questions we had. There was another discussion on the Discord, which we won't go into too much details because we talked about it last time, but there was again a question of would the game support local play, and just to reiterate, right now it's not the focus. We're really focused on making the online experience work well, because that's one of the big new things of Panoptic II. We haven't ruled out completely the idea of making it work on locally as well, because we know other games have made it work, so we know it's a technical possibility, but right now the focus is really making like our first map that works well online, making it like fun at 1v1, 1v4, etc. And then we can see that expanding like more in more directions, but we're not a lot of people anymore, so it's gonna have to wait until we can get to that. So there you go. I think that's mostly what we had, and we can go to the miscellaneous announcements, of which there are actually none this time, I think.
No. I was like, what miscellaneous?
Yeah. There's one thing that we said is that expect a release of a second snapshot soon, like really soon. We should be able to have the same the regular time for next month, so the third.
I can tell you directly because I have my calendar.
Yeah, it's better to trust the calendar of the producer.
Yeah.
Rather than the estimation of the director. That's always the.
It's also a pro tips. It will be in June, and it will be the.
Will it be?
The 17th of June.
Yeah, 17th of June. So, between now and then, feel free to send us your questions. Hopefully you get to try the second snapshot and you can tell us what you think about it. Also, on a more meta level, if you have feedback on these presentations, that's a big word. These live streams
on the keynote,
the monthly keynote. Feel free to send them to us.
Yeah,
we're workshopping it. Same with the Patreon. If you have ideas or wishes things you would want to see covered, or different formats for things, we're always happy to just iterate on this. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm gonna stop babbling, and I think we're gonna say goodnight to everybody.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, we will. Good night, everybody.
We hope to see you here on the 17th. We're giving a quick look to the chat, and I get the okay.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Ferian say goodbye. Good night. Then
yes.
Good night.
Good night.